I've not been live since. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Conversation with the Love Crusader. It's another Sunday edition, and we're here today to talk about financial stability in relationships. But before we get into it, if you're coming across this platform for the first time, it's called Conversation with the Love Crusader. It's a platform where we talk about love, we talk about life, we talk about relationship, and we try to do it having fun. Um, so we are, like I said today, live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and we are live on LinkedIn. Kindly share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us for content on relationship and content on life. Um, today, today I have a very wonderful mommy in the house. you know, they say it takes a village. So one of those mommies that God used to raise us up, she's in the house today. And so you are going to be hearing from an experienced mother about financial stability. She is a mother, she's a grandmother, she has raised children, she has been married for almost 30 years. I think you celebrated 30 years of recent now. So you see that
33.
we are 33.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So you don't want to miss this edition because this is experience coming to you. We'll take a short break. We'll take our intro, a short intro, and then we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. And like I was saying earlier on, it's Conversation with the Love Crusader. And our topic today is financial stability. We are not just talking about the ability to have money or not have it. We've gone beyond that. We're talking about stability financially and how it affects a relationship. So, I was introducing my mommy, Pastor Mrs. Courage Onobun is here in the house. Welcome, mommy. Do you want to say welcome to
Thank
the
you.
people?
You're welcome.
You're welcome, ma.
Yes,
Thank you. It's an
thank
honor
you,
to have
everyone. Welcome to this program.
you
Thank you for having
here.
me.
You're welcome, mommy. We want to tap from your wealth of experience, today to tell us about how these things can be done because a lot of young people today are in fact second to adultery and cheating. The next other thing that is the second reason for divorce these days is money. So either the improper management of money, the inavailability of money, it's money is the second reason why marriages divorce statistically. So this is a very crucial topic to talk about today, and we trust that we can pull from your wealth of experience to tell us what you think about it. So welcome, ma'am. First of all, let's try to
Thank
create a background to what we want to talk about. What do we mean when we're talking about financial stability? What does it mean for a family to be financially stable?
thank you very much. For a family to be financially stable means when a family is financially settled, it could be when the family are financially confident, when the family has money to settle the necessary things of life, it means that family is financially stable.
Mm,
When you can settle bills, when you are not taken unawares by emergencies, when you are
mm.
able to see the future, when you are able to spend, you save, you save for the future. That is when you are financially stable.
Hmm. So, is it about being wealthy? Is it about having money? Or, some people say, I don't have the money, I don't have money, what can I do? Is it just about having money?
It's not only having money, the ability to manage your finances, the ability to know what to do with the little or the much in your hand. It means you are stable when you are able to manage it. Financial
Hmm.
management in the home. Yes.
Good,
The stability
good.
of the home depends on how the family is able to manage what they have.
Okay. Thank you, mommy. I think my other question will
Okay.
be why is this important? I know that I've said it earlier that money is one of the second largest reason for divorce. But why is this important in relationship? Should we even be talking about money? Shouldn't we just be talking about love?
Ah, no, it's very important because no matter how love a man shows to a wife, let's put it that way, without the use of money, it may not be sweet. It will not last because you need money to support love. You cannot say you
Hmm,
love a woman or you love a wife or you love children. You ask them, eat anything you see and sleep, or don't even eat at all. Go to bed. So it is very important. The primary needs of life need money to run. You need money to run the primary needs. Let's start from there before we start talking about the secondary needs. It's money that you need.
okay, mommy, I like that you use that word primary needs. What are the primary needs of life? Let's
Mm.
simplify it.
The primary needs, shelter is number one.
Mhm,
Before you can say you have a family or you must have a home where you hide your head, the roof where you keep your wife, under the roof where you keep your wife and children. There must be a home. So that one is number one. Then as you keep them in the home, they have to eat. Food is
mm,
another primary need in the
mhm,
home.
mhm,
Food, what you eat. And you cannot leave your family naked. They need something to clothe to cover their nakedness. That is clothing. So
mhm,
these three things are primary needs of life. Whether you are poor or rich, you need a home. Whether you are poor or rich, you need food. Whether you are poor or rich, you need to cover yourself. These are the primary needs of life.
hmm. Thank you, mommy. So it's food, it's
You're very
clothing, it's shelter.
shelter,
And I
yes.
like the way you put it by order of importance. I think from what you're saying now is
Hmm.
shelter, a roof over your head
Yes,
first,
yes.
then food to eat in your mouth, and then
Mm.
clothing to wear. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be designers, but that you are not naked,
Mm-mm.
because
Cover your
clothing
to cover your nakedness.
is first for naked, is first to cover our nakedness before we even begin to talk of any other
Yes.
thing. Most times when people talk about when we talk about money and relationships, there's always this tendency to want to say, ah, what's most important is love. Should this be like a criteria? I want to help those who are not even married yet. So before we go into how we even manage it in relationship or in marriages, should this be something that somebody should look out for in a relationship? Like, I've heard someone say it before, that if a man has not been able to manage his finances on his own, as a bachelor, for example, as an unmarried person, As a girl, you should not be able to, you should not trust that kind of person to say you want to marry this person. What do you say to that? Is that where it begins from?
Of course, for a young man to be thinking about marriage, at least he must have a roof under his head first, because him as a person, he needs these primary needs. Before he can be thinking of bringing another person in, he should be able to settle these primary needs first. It is not the duty of the wife coming that will come and put all these ones. The man should be able to settle these primary. They are very important. That's why it is called primary needs. There are
Hmm.
other secondary needs. A man at least should be able to have a place where he lives. This is where you meet him. After every other hustling of the day, a man should have a place where he return to and call home. A home. I'm not talking about house now, big house. A home where he lives is very important. Before you are proposing love to anybody, you should have a home where you
I hear you, ma. Does this have to do with
live.
man
You should be
alone?
able to feed yourself.
Because my other question, mommy, is does it have to do with man alone? Does it have to be man alone? Because we just say we're in jet age now, where they say you can even, as a woman, be the one proposing to a guy or asking a man out. Should we also be saying, Abby? They say, what
Okay.
is the woman too bringing to the table?
Mm,
If you talk one two, they say, okay, you as a woman, what are you bringing to the table? So
yes.
should we be asking the woman too, do you have a house? Can you feed yourself? You know, are you stable? Before you are talking of say you want to join yourself to a man.
We cannot ask a woman, for a woman to have that confidence, that audacity, do I put it that way? Raw as it is, to go and meet a man and say, come and marry me, which means she should be able to settle these ones. He has all these primary needs too. She has all these primary needs too. Because asking a man, is it that the man is not having anything, or he just sees a man that is not working and he decided to dare it? She decided to dare it to marry the man. He should be responsible for what the man is supposed to do.
Yeah, so it's both ways. So if it's a woman that
It's
is
both
going to
ways.
say, come and marry me, then she has to be financially stable
Yes,
enough to carry another person.
yes,
Ehen.
yes,
I
yes,
want
yes.
to
To
balance
accommodate
it because
what is in
you
their
know,
hand.
get age now, there are new things in this our Gen Z generation. There are new things that are happening that was
I
not
guess so.
happening in those days. So we have balanced it to
Mm,
say, if a man, you as a man, you feel like I have reached the age now to take on another person, to marry someone else, to add someone as my responsibility, you have to at least be financially stable. And I want to also believe that it is
yes.
not wrong to use it as a yardstick. Remember, mommy, and our viewers, that we have not said, we have tried to define financial stability. It's not just having money, oh, it's how you are managing that money.
Mm-mm.
So should this be something
Ability
that
to manage
somebody
it.
should look at as a woman and say, I look at this man, I don't see him as someone who is financially stable enough for me to marry him.
It depends on the which yardstick is that person using to measure the financial stability of the man.
Okay, I'll give you an
What?
example. I'll give you
Okay.
an example, mommy. I watch all these divorce courts and all those kind of shows, of course, because of my
Mm,
line of work. And I was watching one, and the girl was talking about how this man gambles money. He takes even money from her, and they've been married 6 years now. He takes money from her and he
mm.
gambles it. And the court asks her, did you see him with this behavior before you married him?
Straight. Mm,
She
mhm.
said yes.
I'm
She used to
getting it.
see him with all those betting papers. You understand? As a bachelor,
Mm,
before you married him. Now, why are you complaining that he's gambling all the money? So I feel that that kind of
okay.
character, for example, doesn't show. This is me. I don't know, mommy. You are here. That's why we are pulling from your wealth of experience. You know. I'm thinking in my head that that kind of character should be something that somebody should, a red flag, to say, if a guy already
Yes,
has this kind of behavior, for example, a gambling problem, so he's not managing his money, he's always broke, maybe he even has debt, then that should be a comma, a reason why a girl should look at him and say, what am I getting into? That's what I'm saying. Should that be a yardstick?
yes, yes. Yes. You have to look before you leap. You have to look before you leap. If that gentleman, you have to study the person. There are traits in everybody. If that person that cannot manage his finances, no matter how small the money is, you have to check how this man, how his income is, how he spends his income, and the things he takes importance in his life when it comes to finances.
Priorities.
Yes, you have to check it because some people, some men or young men, they may not even care about their clothing. They may not even care about what they eat because they have where their money is going to. A lady
Mm,
should check those things and weigh it whether she can cope. If it's something that he can change, she can start talking to the person and make sure she comes up with strategy to help the person out of that problem. It could be a
mm,
problem that he cannot manage alone. Some people may just find themselves into some problems, financial problems, they put themselves and they don't know how to come out of it. Who know whether it's the woman that will be able to bring him out of it. So it is better you put your eye down. Don't just overlook. Some people will say, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. You see a
mm,
man with all these red flags, you still jump into it without talking about it. You feel that man will change overnight. It's not easy like that. It may not be easy for the man. So things you see as you are cutting, be addressing them one after the other. No one
mm,
should be overlooked. So that when the time comes, you should be able to say, this is what I have, where I have gone to. I've gone, that is the extent to which I have addressed this thing with you. So don't just jump into anything. There are many things that men, young boys of these days may want to spend their money for. If they, especially when they see that the woman is maybe having money, they feel their own is to squander. They will go and squander their own
mhm.
and come back home and want the woman to carry the whole load. After all, it's you that proposed marriage to me. So let's be leaving it like that. It's a wrong one.
I am coming. I am coming to the
Thank you.
concept of helper now, mommy. I'm coming to the concept of helper, and I
Okay.
want you to help us
Mhm.
because this financial stability that we are talking about today,
Mm.
is it just the responsibility of the man? How do families achieve? Okay, let me make it wider. How do families
Okay.
achieve financial responsibilities? Stability, I mean.
Okay. Number one, family should take responsibility of the debt and credit of the family. It should be
That-
both sides. Yes, people they should handle it together. How do I mean? What you are buying, what we want to spend our money for, we should plan it and agree. And the money coming in, we should both know. And disbursing this money, we should both be involved so that we will be stable. We will help ourselves. What we said talk about the man before, it also happened to women. Some women they don't know how to save money. Impulse buying. There are some women that have that anointing of always buying, 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 even what they don't need. They are buying it.
Mm,
So it is not only the responsibility of one, it's the responsibility of both. So this one will help this and this one will help this. When we know how much we are expecting and we sit down, we talk about what we are buying, what we need this money for, and we
mhm.
spend this money together. We spend this money together. The leftover, we save it. We agree to make savings. In such a way, we are helping each other to achieve this financial stability in the home. I don't know
Hmm.
whether I've answered that question
That's a very good
correctly.
one, mommy.
Okay, let's go
Uh,
further.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, in some home and in
Planning
some
and
families,
implementation. Mhm.
it's as if they are going to two different direction.
Okay.
You know, like you rightly said, expenses should be planned. The income, what are we expecting?
Yes.
What do we have?
What do we
And
have?
how do we plan within what we have?
Mm-hmm.
Because when that doesn't happen is where you have a situation where one person thinks the other has um plenty money and wants to buy a house. Meanwhile, the person might even be struggling to pay rent. So I think, like, what you're saying to us is, it starts first with the unity of purpose. That's what I was looking
Yes.
for. The
Mm-hmm.
unity of purpose of both of the two people in the family and the planning. So I've had a situation, and I'm going to say it here because someone, when I put this flyer up, a lady reached out to me and said she has a challenge with planning. So they plan, she and her partner, they plan together. This is money that is coming. This is what we are going to do with it. But most cases, when the money come, the man does something totally different. And this is where the challenge come. And somebody has asked a similar question. And I say, what if your spouse doesn't agree to plan with you? What can you do? It's a big challenge in many relationships. Like I said, the moment the flyer came up, people asked me this question. Like, this woman said, we always put a plan together, and to be a good plan, this is what we will do, this is what we will do. But by the time the money come, Oga is doing something totally different from what was in that plan. So she doesn't know what to do. Now, right now, she doesn't even want to plan with him anymore. She's kind of now like doing her own thing, and he's doing his own. What do you have to say to them? If you have a spouse that doesn't agree to plan with you, or a spouse that doesn't stick to the plan, even when people make the plan, what can you do?
You also have to stick to talking and less communication. Let there be no communication gap. I know it's very challenging for two to plan and one is executing. It's a big challenge. That person, you need to keep talking to the person, and if need be, you see an expert maybe that can address him. Could it be spiritual leader now or counselor? And you make him understand. If you are giving that money, if you are giving him the money, you bring money together and you see that the money is going to direction you don't like, please stop it. You stop it. I suggest you stop it. Stop giving that money. Then, if you are, as a lady, you also have your income, spend the money to do the necessary things in the house. And make sure you don't overstress yourself. Don't overstress yourself
Mm,
financially. So buy the things. Yes. If you are planning to buy two items and your money can only buy one, please buy it and rest and sleep. Maybe when you buy one, buy two. His challenge. You don't say, I will not buy. Let our house be like that. No. You have to do the one you can do and stop giving him your own money. The money should not be
mm,
joined. There should not be joint account in such a thing. Until the person learn his lesson and be responsible. Not until that is done, don't give him your money. Spend the money
mm,
wisely for the home and for your children and for yourself.
mm. Thank you, mommy. Very good response. But I'll still take you up on that.
Thank you very
Because I've seen a situation where, and I'm speaking for the men folk, because there's no man now, it's just me and you. Before they will say,
much.
women,
Yes.
we are speaking as women. So
Mm.
let's try to find a balance. So
Okay.
the men will tell you that most women say, your money is our money, but my money is my money. Is that how it should be? As in, women don't want to bring out their money for the house. They think, okay, the man is one who needs to spend for all of us, But if it is the woman's money, then it's the money is meant for the woman alone.
It's not good enough. It's a very wrong concept. Our money should be our money. My money should be our money. Because how do I mean? If I am buying pillow in the house with my money, let's just assume pillow. The man is able to buy bed and I'm able to buy pillow. Our money is our money. The woman should
Mm-hmm.
not be selfish enough to always be using their money to maintain themselves. Some people will say he's supposed to buy clothes for me. Since he's not buying it, I'm buying it for myself. I'm helping him. That's a selfish idea. It's a selfish idea. Let your impact be felt in that home.
Hmm.
Financial impact of a woman should be felt in the home. Financial involvement of a woman should be felt in the home because your money is our money, my money is my money. We have seen many men that are suffering today. Some even died. You see everywhere. Somebody was saying that the widower are more than widows now. So we don't pray for such. The stress the
Hmm.
men are undergoing is too much. They
Hmm.
cater for everything and you don't still give them rest. You don't help them. By the time that woman dies, the woman remain alone and start doing the work by herself. Who is at loss? It's the woman. So it's hard time women have to think, sit down and think about these things. Let let the women allow the men to breathe. I beg, respect them. They need to breathe.
Mommy say we should allow men to breathe. Oh.
Yes,
Okay, we're already talking about the things that causes financial instability in the home. We've already entered into it, and we've now
mm,
talked about the fact of selfishness. So number one is when the two are not planning together, which is key.
yes,
Mommy has said it here that we should plan together. We should have a plan for the money of our expenses. I like the way she said debt and credit. In case you did not read it, let me put it there. Say debt and credit should be borne jointly.
yes,
But that one get I be because mommy sometimes the other person can go and carry debt that is too much. What do we do? Okay, let's come back. The second thing, mommy said selfishness. There's no my money, my money, my money. It's our money. As a woman, especially women, we are talking to our sisters, fellow sisters. It's good that your impact is felt in your home. I think I like it. As a woman, you should take pride in the ability to say, I did this in my house.
yes,
So even if, as mommy is saying now, you have that partner that does not cooperate with you, that does not plan with you, and so you are not giving the person the money, at least still make sure that your impact is felt. If there's a need that you can cover in the home, then you should cover it. Abi, am I speaking mommy's language?
yes,
That's what we have said to
yes,
sisters. But
yes,
then,
yes,
mommy, the other flip side of it is that we now have men who, because a woman wants to help, a woman wants to carry, they leave the load. This man will not be singing, I don't have, I don't have. I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. If you never have, who we have? You understand? They now
yes.
leave the responsibility for the woman who is trying to help. How do we now find, how do we now balance that? Because yes, I want to help as a woman. And what you said, mommy, I agree that as a woman, my impact should be felt in the home. But what if I now realize that the husband I have now, because I'm trying to help, has decided to leave the load for me? What should I do?
Mm. Such men should also repent. And
Say they
if
should
any
repent.
man is leaving, yes, if any man is leaving load for the woman is meant to be a helpmate, mind you. It's a helper. She's a helper in your home. And if you are leaving your load for the woman, there is danger.
Mm,
Even biblically, the Bible says a man that cannot cater for his home is worse than infidel. So there is already a command in that man's life. That's why I say the man should repent. Because if he doesn't, there are so many negative things that is attached to that thing. Let us not mention cause or anything here. So the men should learn that a man is the head. It's not by mouth you are saying you should know I'm the head of this house. Your wife is just the neck turning the head. So men should learn how to bear their responsibility. They should be responsible for their responsibilities. For
Mm.
no reason should a man just like that leave the load for a woman. It is uncalled for, it's not good. It is not good. A man should not try that. Do the little you can. It may be possible that the woman receive more than the man. It is very, very possible.
Mm-hmm.
But who says out of that your meager salary, nothing can come out of it? At least if it is Gary, you can settle. You must be a man should be able to drop something and say this is for the upkeep. It's not left for the woman that will say, okay, this money can only buy maybe a goosey. Okay, let me use my own to augment. But that leaving the whole load for the woman, mm-mm, it is not good. It is not good at all. The
I
men, no
like I
matter how
like the
small the
language.
money is.
I
Mhm.
like the language you have used there, which is men should be responsible for their responsibility.
Yes.
That's a very powerful one. So it's we should know what is our responsibility as men in the house
Yes.
and understand that the woman is there to help. There are situations, and I'm going to come back again, mommy, to ask you this because this one now we see it in this generation. Because like you said, there are situations where a woman is earning more than a man, or a
Mm.
woman is more financially placed than a man.
Yes.
Now, I have heard some people say, as a woman, because you have the money, you should not be the one to spend it. Instead, you will give that money to your husband to spend because you don't need to show that you are the one spending it. Like maybe they want to do something in the house. And you want to buy a property or you want to buy something in the house, then you now give your husband the money to go and buy it so that children will not know that you as a woman, you are the one who bought that property because it's disrespect to a man. I'm trying to wrap my head around how that is disrespectful. It might just be me who does not understand the concept. Is this a concept that you have heard of, and is this something you can help us break down? What are they talking about here?
It's not compulsory that he must she must hand that money over to the man to do it, to go and spend the money or use the money for whatever. Sometimes why it happen like that is that men are faster. Like now, maybe we are not, women are not fast in doing things. Most women, let me put it that way. And you see that what you want to buy is your husband's route. He can easily go there and buy it. You can give the money to the man to do it, to go and buy it. Not
Yeah.
it's not a forbidden thing for a woman to buy anything. But if you feel the man is faster, you can go and buy it and bring. Why not give it to him? It is not
So, mommy,
forbidden
this is not
for
about
a woman
faster.
to
Let me
spend her own.
explain. Let me explain what they are saying.
Okay.
What they are saying is
Mm-hmm.
that is disrespect for you as a woman, now to go and buy that thing or to pay for that thing rather than give the money to your husband to pay for it. You are trying to show
It's
as
not.
a woman that you have the
It
money
is not
and you are
disrespectful.
disrespecting the man.
It is not. It is not disrespectful in any way. Let the woman spend the money. If at all she's writing maybe receipt of how she bought it, she's Mrs. Lagbaja, is Mrs. The somebody. He's not putting her father's name there. Then why is it disrespectful for her to go and buy something and bring to her husband's home? Is this it's not disrespectful at all. Even if it means school fees, you can go there and pay it. It's not written on
Thank
the head.
you.
Why is it disrespectful? Nothing like that.
Because in this generation, a lot of people come up with some theories, and I've been hearing this thing even online. In fact, funny enough, some women are the ones who are propagating it. And as a woman, you don't have to go and buy the thing. How can you go and pay school fees? So the school will now know, or your children will now know that it's mommy that is doing the thing. That is disrespectful to a man. And I'm like, I don't understand the concept. Truthfully, I don't understand the concept of it. And if any of my viewers who is watching me today, as you're watching us and we're talking about this, if you understand the concept, maybe you can also help us. We're really trying to grasp around it. How that is disrespectful. Because in some cases, you will even give the man the money to buy that thing, the man will not buy it. And I've seen it.
Mhm.
Some women complain about it
Yes.
that they give the money to the husband to pay school fees, and the school fees is not paid. The man did not pay the school fees. The woman relaxed, thinking, okay,
What
I
could the
have,
worst
I
than
have
that?
given him money to pay school fees. Like, one of the court cases I was listening to, like I was telling you that I watched this, all these court issues. The lady was like, I even gave
Mm.
my husband money to pay house rent, and he did not pay the rent. And she did not know until the landlord came to the house to start drawing them for the money. She was so embarrassed. She said, but my husband, I've given him money to pay this rent. He did not pay it. So, is it really disrespectful? Have your say, our viewers. Is it disrespectful for a woman to go ahead and make expenses or pay for things on behalf of the family? Or must she give the money to the husband? Then now let's come to the ones that say, collect your salary. Once you collect your salary, you have to give it to your husband. Then your husband will now give you from inside. Mommy, what do you say to that? You people are the good mommies. They say with this generation of two no women, God help us, psychedelic women and educated women. So maybe
That's
that's how you used to do it, mommy, when you people were there. Please tell us, mommy, what do you think?
okay. Let me use my own experience. Let me use my own experience. I don't think I've ever done joint account thing, but I tell you that there is no day that my husband does not know what I earn. He is aware of my salary. If there is any extra income coming in, he is aware. But he has never for one day asked me to bring my pay. So,
Hmm.
and we are spending this money together, which is part of joint account. Yes, he cannot, I cannot carry my money and give to him. He has never done it. I don't do it. But the money I am earning, we spend it together. His own, we spend it together. So I have never given him my salary, and I cannot advise anybody to work, then carry her earnings and give one man. Then the man does anything he likes to the money. It's not good. It's not good. That's story for the gods. It's not too good. Nobody should dare it.
So you people have heard it from mommy. 33 years of marriage. She is talking from experience and she's still happily married. You've heard it from mommy. It's not about a joint account.
Yes.
Even if you don't have a joint account, it's about planning together. And I think that is the key here. For a family to be financially stable, there has to be that
Mm.
planning together. I like what someone
Mm-hmm.
has said here. Is Frank Onobun said, where one party disagrees on the budget plan, or so to say, deviate from the planned budget, it means that we both end up buried in debts because their financial goals can never be met. Very, very valid
Mm.
point. It's like one car that wants to go into two directions. If we are one, the house is one, our goals should also be one. But if you now have, I've never seen a car with two steerings for two drivers to be driving one to the left, one to the right.
Mm.
One car cannot have two steering. So if the goals are not, financially faced together, then there will be debt and there will be issues. Thank you so much. We agree with you on that point. So it's important that we plan together to avoid financial mishap. We are trying to talk about why families,
Mm.
fall into financial instability. Okay, Reverend Uncle Joseph says it's okay for the wife to make expenses on her own. So he does not see it as disrespect. All right, that's good. That's good. The family should
Mhm.
do things jointly, not for a show. Okay, I don't understand the not for a show part. You can help us. Mommy, do you understand what he means? Like not for a
Yes.
show.
Okay. I think I should. understand him partly. Let me say it. If it's not correct, you
Okay.
can correct me. I have seen instances where children, a mother will go and pay school fees for the children. She will not come home. Nobody asks her. Then she stand there and be telling their children, you see that your useless father that cannot pay your school fees. I just
Okay.
went there to pay your school fees now. I am the one doing this. I
Oh,
just bought clothes for you. I am the one doing this. That is for show.
okay.
Nobody asks you. Don't use the children against their father, because some people do that,
Hmm.
blackmailing their husband because they are the one bringing the money. Anything she does, she has not fit for the whole world to hear. I am the one that do this. I am the one that do that. It should not be said. Who does who doesn't matter in the home if there is unity.
I love
That's
that
when a
point.
woman is not spending his money, her money. When a woman is spending her money, it should be done silently. She should not intimidate the children or intimidate the man by what she's able to do in the family financially. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's
Okay.
what
So
she
that
means.
that's the
Yes,
show part. There's no need for announcement.
yes.
We always say the house
Mm-hmm.
is not going to be crying. Hey, as you see me, so is the woman in this house that is paying the rent. If you don't go and announce it,
Mm. If
nobody
you don't
will
say
know.
that,
So it's that announcement that we're talking about. It's not for show. It's not for mocking the other person. It's
yes,
not a way of trying to, beraga or
yes,
carry us. I mean, money, as we all know, they say it has wings. The person who doesn't have today can have tomorrow. So I don't even think
yes.
money is something that one should use as a boast. Well, that's me as a
Mm.
person. um Money is not something that you can actually boast about because it comes, it goes. The woman who has
Mm.
today might not have tomorrow. The woman who has today might not have tomorrow. Life happens. So it
Exactly.
should not be something of boast. It should be something of that we are a team. And I think it's both ways, because sometimes some men too, when I bought this television, you know they like to talk about what they've done. I'm always paying rent. Hey, nobody. If not me, you all will be on the street.
It, uh-huh.
So
It can also happen both ways. It's vice versa. It's vice versa.
a man who is always talking
Yes.
about, oh, what he's doing for you, how he took you to a trip, how he bought this for you, how he did that for you, is also showing off. I mean, I'm trying to use the language that Reverend used to say it's not for show. We're a
Mm.
team. So
Yes.
um, if I buy food for the house, I'm feeding myself and my family, my children, my husband. If my husband buys the
Mm.
food, we are feeding, we are a team, we are working together, and that is how families can achieve financial stability. Remember how we define financial stability from the onset. It's not about wealth, it's not about having a
Mm.
pot of money or gold. Yeah, if you have it, fine. If you don't have it, the one you have, how are you managing it? So we're actually talking today about money
Mm.
management. How are you managing what you have? The other thing I want to talk about, mommy, which okay, we still have a bit of time, is investments. How couple can invest money. Do we? I'll just give you an example. So I know a man that have houses. He's always buying houses, always building houses, but he doesn't leave feeding money at home. Just like you said, now the primary things is food, clothing, shelter.
Mm.
He likes investments, but inside the house, they are struggling. His children are looking like house boy and house girl, and let me not use that word. Self, what will I use? They are looking like indigent
Looking
children,
tattered.
orphans,
Looking
looking
unkept.
tattered, unkept.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, mommy. But he's doing investments. Is that a as much as investment is good? What do you have to say to that? Let me not
Mm-hmm.
preempt your answer.
Investment should be done. Investment should be done moderately. First in, first serve.
Mm,
It's like there is nobody that wouldn't like to build a house or build a mansion. But the money you have presently, can he cater for your children as well build the house? So in that case, if you cannot cater for two things or three things at once, remember that the children must eat. Those primary needs must be well taken care of. And if I may add the fourth one, which is in between secondary need and primary need, is education. So a
Mm.
man should not leave all this, then go and be investing, building house, buying cars. That's error. Any man doing that is a big error. Do the first thing first. Because if you refuse to maybe give your children good life, when they grow up, when these children grow up, you are going to suffer it too. Because a child that you don't buy good clothes for, when he grows up, he will never see the need of giving you good clothes to wear because you don't like them, you don't value them. So what you are giving to your family, you are sowing. They are
Mm.
watching you. If not
Mm.
for today, for tomorrow. So the men, that person should be very careful. If you like going to maybe okay boutique, hmm, and
Mm-hmm.
you have the money that can buy the real one,
Mm.
you feel you have this money, your children can never wear new jeans. They only go and wear the one you select from somewhere. There's an error. These
Mm.
children, they are watching. Garama, our time, during our
Mm.
time, you see, it was even good that time. But these children you
Mm.
give birth to these days, they come with 1 gig memory. They are faster than you know. Their brain captivates things like they are seeing you.
Mm.
So if there is any man doing that, he should stop. Do the first thing. I know what you are talking about too. I know some
Mm-hmm.
men that have this money, but they're not like in Nigeria where I belong. There is difference between government school and private school. That's where you
Yes.
pay money,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what it takes. You have this money to sponsor your children to that. Some men will just shy away from it and say they are building houses, they are
Mm-hmm.
buying cars, they drop their
Mm.
children, whether the children go to school or not, they don't even care. Some don't even buy textbook. Some don't. They
Mm.
will tell you government education is free. Even if you put your child in government school without writing materials,
Mm.
without good life, the child is seeing other children, oh,
Yes.
he's seeing them, that he or she knows that nobody cares for him or her. Tomorrow is
Mm.
just like this. That tomorrow will soon come. Payback
Yeah.
time. No matter no matter the child that may want to give you, when it's time for him to give you, he may not have. Because where you
Mm.
push and reach, and there it is. And all those houses you
Mm.
are building now, let it not be that those children will come and auction those houses away when it is time. Yes, because you abandon them for those properties. So men should be careful. Or women, we married people should be careful. Take care of your primary needs at home before investment. Investment is very good. Do it at the right time, because doing the right thing at the wrong time is bad. So learn how
Exactly.
to do the right thing at the right time. So the wrong thing at the right time is no, no, no for me. Please.
Thank you very much, mommy. Our time is up. Thank you, everyone that has come on. I hope you've learned one thing or the other. I like the last point, and I'm going to emphasize this, that as parents, we should know we are also modeling what we are doing with our finances, how we are managing it, that stability you are providing for your family. You are modeling it for your children to know that this is
Mm,
how a family should be run. So if you are that
mm,
father that is shying away from your responsibility, you are telling your boys not to be responsible tomorrow. If you are that mother that is shying away from your responsibility, you're also telling your girls and even your boys that a woman does not have to be responsible. So we have to be careful in how we do these things, especially when we are now parents. Let's try to
mm.
maintain stability in our family. Let's try to ensure that the primary thing, as they will say it in our local parlance, you have to be fine inside the house before you go outside. You know,
Exactly.
Maintain. Mommy has counted them for us. Primary responsibility: food, clothing, shirt, especially with all of the recession going on right now. It's not just Nigeria, everywhere in the world.
Mm.
There's recession, there's high cost of living going on. Please cut your clothes according to your material, so that you don't run into situation where people are getting high blood pressure, heart attack, and they are dying untimely, or a situation where you now start living in debt and living above your means. Let's cut down. We are going to invest. Yes, we are going to build houses. Why not? God will bless you enough to do all that. But please, let's now focus on the primary responsibilities that we have: food, clothing, shelter, and another important one, education. It's important that we send our children to school. And this is the reason why this year, September, next month, Main Fences is partnering with Obioma and Dr. Oreo to send children back to school in Nigeria. I have been sharing the flyer. I'll keep sharing the flyer to you individually. The bank details are on the flyers. Please support us. We are raising money to be able to buy books, to buy bags, to buy shoes, to buy socks for children whose parents cannot afford, because we know September, at the beginning of a new school year, is a lot of expenses for many parents, and it can be challenging. We are here to help. We went to school. We know how it was. We are also parents. We know how challenging September can be. We want to give back to our country, Nigeria. So I'm sharing it with my friends and I'm bringing it here on this platform. Please call me, email me, WhatsApp me, talk to me. Ask me how you can support the project. It's September is here already. Support a child to go to school. Support a child to go back to school with books. At least if the parents can manage to pay the school fees, we can buy them the books. We can give them the school bags. We can give them school shoes, so they look good when they go back to school. Thank you, mommy, for coming on the show. Our time is up. We've learned a lot from your wealth of experience. Sometimes I wish that this show can be more than 1 hour, because time is never enough when we are having fun. But thank you so much. Thank you very, very, very much. God bless you. Thank you to everyone who's made their comments. If you're here, you've not subscribed, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to follow us on Facebook. Follow me on LinkedIn. Let's keep sharing. Let's keep talking. We are coming back next Sunday, and we're talking about love and laziness. We are talking about love and laziness. We want to know how laziness can affect love, whether it kills it, whether it helps it. God help us. God helps our home. And God bless you all for coming. Mommy is smiling. It's a very
Thank
strong
you.
topic. And it's a man this time that is coming to talk about this. So don't worry.
Okay.
We're going to get the perspective of the men on this conversation about money, laziness, financial stability in the family. Until then, have a love-filled week. Thank you again for coming, mommy. I love you very, very much.
Thank
God
you.
bless
God
you.
bless you. I love you. Stay blessed. God bless you. Thank you.